Hi Virgo, let's read for Mercury Retrograde, 28th of September all the way through to October the 18th. Ladies and gentlemen, roll your sleeves up. Let's read for Mercury Retrograde. I was going to do a reading for the week, but I just think this is kind of the thing, Virgo. We've all been waiting for this, the run-up, the big, Mercury Retrograde things happening now, and so let's read for it. I've got a few questions that I think are quite important for this Mercury retrograde, only because we went through this Mercury retrograde phase in Scorpio, which was like super intense. And I think Mercury retrograde in Libra in 2021, I personally believe, is about bringing a lot of harmony and balance to life, to what's been going on around us, to our personal situations, to, the stories we're watching unfold at the moment. And I think if a situation's felt really unbalanced, if it's felt like it's just not particularly harmonious, there's no harmony in it, but it's been really volatile, I think now is the time to balance out those scales and really focus on what you can do in order to create a more give and take relationship. And it's super important to listen in Mercury retrograde, only because you've got to go over things, revise, renew, replan, go back to the drawing board, and see what it is that you actually want from this point moving forward, Virgo. 18th of October, it comes out of retrograde, 2-week shadow grace period. By November, Virgo, you'll probably have created a bridge from where you are now, hopefully, to who you've been working towards becoming over this summer. You're recharged. The sun in your sign was powerful. Virgo season this year was powerful. And I think you feel it. I think you know that there's so much that you're capable of. And I really hope in this Mercury retrograde you just literally stop, feel the energy, comprehend a lot of what's been going on. Try and really process and digest what's been going on. Step forward. But only when you're really ready. There's no rush. At this point, time is... It doesn't even exist. It's all about the energy at this point, and just trust it. What you feel, trust it. What you know, trust it. Okay, so Virgo, this Mercury retrograde, what is your key? The key message. What is the key message for the Virgo collective for this Mercury retrograde? What does Virgo, the Virgo collective, need to know for this Mercury retrograde? Oh, there's a card turned upwards. 2 cards. How interesting. The Queen of Cups and the King of Swords. What does Virgo need to know for this Mercury retrograde? What does Virgo need to know for this Mercury retrograde? The Four of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands. This deck is the Tarot and Astrology. So, Virgo romance for Mercury retrograde. A message for Virgo's love life and romantic life for Mercury retrograde. The King of Pentacles. I love that. Let's have another message for Virgo's romantic life for Mercury retrograde. 2021, September 2021, October 2021. Let's have another message for Virgo's romantic life for, here we go, on the floor. Let's have a message for Virgo's career and finances. Let's have a message for Virgo's finances and career. Okay. Right. King of Swords, Queen of Cups for the key message for Mercury retrograde for the sign of Virgo. King of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Saturn in Aquarius, Jupiter in Aquarius, I believe. Is that right? Yep, in retrograde, Saturn in Aquarius in retrograde, Mercury in Libra and Mars in Libra, the Sun currently in Libra. King of Swords energy. The Queen of Cups, we've got Pisces and Neptune currently in retrograde. So, the way I see it, there's a lot of air energy that's taking place at the moment. A lot of pressure on the intellect, the third eye sphere. You might be asked to go over some legalities, some paperwork, some contracts, some things that you might need to look over the fine detail with. You're being asked to be assertive. You're being asked to have your wits about you. You're being asked to be intellectually quite savvy, quite on the ball. The Queen of Cups is, for me, it's screaming Neptune retrograde in the sign of Pisces. I feel as if, Virgo, there is a real emotive part of yourself that you're going to have to channel into for this Mercury retrograde. King and Queens, whenever King and Queens come up for me, it's always, it's energy that's present. So I do feel like there's a divine masculine and a divine feminine counterpart acting out in your romantical sphere, perhaps, or even in your life sphere at the moment. There's a lot that you bring to the table individually. You're both complete opposites. One's really really on the ball intellectually. The other one's more creative, intuitive. And if this is you, this Mercury retrograde, then I suppose I would say that there's a way you've got to really keep the emotion going as well as being assertive intellectually. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got to be emotional when you need to be. You've got to feel. Don't close out your heart. Don't get too cold. It's literally the divine masculine and the divine feminine play within the self, I think, is what this key message is saying. When you need to be soft on yourself, perhaps this Mercury retrograde, that might really mean that you're really in tune with your body and just giving yourself extra nurture. While Venus is in retrograde, I do feel like this is a really big time for nurturing. King of Swords, you will be needing to be quite on the ball intellectually, I feel. Or this could be someone, a masculine energy that's in your life at the moment that kind of has guard of you. Like, he's protective. He is, doesn't have to be a he, it could be a she also. It's just protective in nature. Really quite assertive, get stuff done. So the message I think that's quite important for you in Mercury retrograde, Virgo. 4 of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, the 9 of Wands. There is this upgrade, I feel, in a relationship where it gets a lot more about the serious stuff. And the Knight of Pentacles is kind of saying you got to move really slowly but steadily. This is also Earth sign energy, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, or someone with that heavy in their chart. The responsibilities that come with unions are gonna really needed to be tended to. Your responsibility towards each other's, well-being, needs, physical, intimate, as well as mental. It's all got to be accounted for in this Mercury retrograde, slow and steady, but remain focused on the fact that there is this sacred union, and it's celebrated, and it's with longevity. Focus on your money, this Mercury retrograde. Focus on how well you manage your responsibilities and how you see your responsibilities as privileges, really. You're blessed to be able to have these 9 wands. And I think they'll speak for you, be them skill sets, be it your material things. I believe that, don't talk the talk unless you can walk the walk. And I think you're well and truly, with this Knight of Pentacles, walking the walk. And I do believe you've got like a really solid support system around you, like partnerships, pairings. Someone's got your back, Virgo. And I think if you're on God's side, I think he's got your back too. Okay, so 1 second. Oh, now for your romantic life, Virgo, King of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. Now, for me, a lot of this is saying is that there has been some kind of block or some kind of barriers, I don't know, something that's kind of kept you away from, I think, a reflection. You doing you and you building you and you making yourself right and you actually coming through as this solid, dependable, reliable king. You have so much that you've got more than enough to give, but that isn't, like, you're not here to give, but that's just who you are. Do you know what I mean? You're just so full. And in terms of this love situation, this romantic situation, the more you respect yourself, your time, your energy, your efforts, the better I feel in this Mercury retrograde. Where this King of Pentacles status as something you've accomplished, something that you can say that you've stepped into, and own this energy. And if you know that there is more out there, and there is more that you want, and there is more waiting for you outside of the confines that you may have created because of, life. It's time now, maybe, Virgo, to look beyond, go in pursuit of. If you are feeling trapped or confined, or if you are feeling like there's more out there for you and you want it, be really King of Pentacles about it. It's time to go in pursuit of the things that you really want, Virgo. In terms of finances and career, the Chariot card, the Six of Wands, the Devil card, and the King of Wands. There's a lot of masculine energy in this reading. We've got 3 kings. Virgo, you are going to have to overcome certain bad habits. You're going to have to overcome a lot of things that hold you back. You're going to have to get super organized this Mercury retrograde, because the more charismatic, the more charming, the more confident, the more in your confidence you are in this Mercury retrograde, the more you are really owning the fire, the source. The more passionate you become about your money and your finances and your career. And right now, this passion, not only does it need to be channeled into your relationships, but it really needs to be channeled into your work. The Chariot and the Six of Wands. You're moving towards a sound victory, being celebrated, recognitions and rewards. You are moving quite quickly towards a very new part of life that I think involves you being king status and embodying the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the King of Wands. But we've got the Queen of Cups here, so it's super interesting. I feel like the more of a divine feminine, empathic connection you have with yourself this Mercury retrograde, the easier you'll be able to emotionally navigate it. And you know what? I always say it. Crying is so beautiful because it's literally the best way to purge and empty yourself of trauma, toxic emotion, stagnant emotion, and even physically purging it out of your system. The bottom of the deck was, we've got the Ace of Wands, lovely, and the Temperance card, and the Justice card. Oh, how nice. The Four of Cups sat on top of all of that. And I do feel like if you're not careful, you'll miss a trick. There is an opportunity the universe is offering you. Mind yourself and be sure. Be sure. Be sure of yourself right now, Virgo. I really think it's quite important that you are super sure of yourself. And whenever you're in doubt, I think this Mercury retrograde, the key slogan, you've got to do it, okay? Just like that witch trick I told you about. This is the Mercury retrograde thing. Whenever you're feeling a bit in doubt, just give yourself the be sure. Just say to yourself, be sure. And whatever that does for you in the moment, take it. Ace of Wands, spark of new creative energy. The momentum is back. This is like a spark of initiation, of creation, a new beginning, a new love interest even. Masculine energy, more masculine energy. I've got the Temperance card here. Card of Sagittarius. You're going to have to be patient a little bit, and you're going to have to alchemize and transmute a lot of negativity you might be absorbing with perhaps holding yourself back for so long, and just the effects that it's been having on you. You've got to really take hold of this devil energy. Whatever these passions are, you've got to really turn them into stuff that's keeping you in the flow. Temperance card is about being in the flow, right? Alchemize your body, pH levels, exercise, water, hydration, good food, the like. Justice card, the card of Libra. Balance. Mercury retrograde in the sign of Libra and Virgo. I guess ultimately finding balance, harmony, equilibrium is really going to be what the small of it is in this Mercury retrograde. So it's really worth just beginning to analyze and assess where it is that you really do need to create balance in your life, and see where it is that you can harmonize a lot of what's taking place at the moment within the imbalance, the phrase, I think that's all I have for you. If you would like to book a reading, Virgo, do so on the website. That's www.rubyreadstarot.com. If you enjoyed the reading, do give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. All of my love to you guys. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a wonderful Mercury retrograde. Bye.